Hey, what's up, everybody? My guest this week is Laila Odom.
Yes.
Laila.
Yes.
And we met shooting Undercover Brother 2, which is a major international miss, not hit.
Right.
We shot that movie in, what, 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
Like 3 weeks. Yeah.
And
I was there longer than you.
You had a bigger part than me.
Well,
You did.
but you got the bigger check.
I don't know
I
if it's
think
that
you
much
did.
bigger.
I think
It
you
might have been a little bit.
Yeah.
But the funny thing about Undercover Brother 2 is the dressing room, we filmed it in this warehouse in Atlanta, which, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie, but it's on Netflix now. And the whole movie was in this warehouse, and they just kept switching the scenes. I go, we were never on location anywhere. Were you ever on location, ever?
I was on vacation. I was on location like my first day. It was freezing. We were just like randomly outside.
Oh. Was it on the little building? Was it
No,
near the building?
It was like away. I don't remember. Someplace in Atlanta. But it was cold and we shot it, and then everything else took place.
But this is why I brought that movie up, because there, you always hear the thing in Hollywood, there's no such thing as a small part. That movie, being on set with Michael Jai White for 2 days, I think, got me Welcome to Sudden Death with Mike. He called me to be in this next movie.
See?
And I was only with him 2 days.
Nobody called me for a movie after.
Well, the part, here's why he called me. The part was for his sidekick, a.k.a. the janitor. Originally, they wanted a Latino guy.
Got you.
And it got offered to Fat Joe first. Fat Joe couldn't do it. He was going on tour with Diddy or something.
Okay.
And then they was naming off names, and Michael Jai White goes, well, why don't we want him to build a black audience. So he goes, Gary Owen. And Universal's like, who? He goes, he'll bring in a black audience. And so that's how I got the part. He wanted a white guy, but I don't know. He found me, and boom.
Yes.
But you have a movie that just came out on Lifetime.
Yes.
The Salt and Pepa. What was the name of the movie?
The Salt and Pepper movie.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was thinking, I missed it.
But it's just salt and pepper. Like, that's good enough.
And you were Peppa.
I am.
And here's the funny thing about my podcast. Laila had to do a Zoom call with somebody, and we set a time for her to come on, and she ran a little late, and I was thinking, oh, she took that Pep roll to heart. Because in the movie, Pep was wilding. Pep was I didn't realize how wild she was.
No, she was. But, like, it was like a good while, but she did what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
And when I met her, we have a lot of similarities. Shout out to NBC, because that's who I had the Zoom meeting with.
Okay, shouts out to NBC.
Come on. Let's go with a little job, a little show
Laila
that
getting all
never
her
hurt
work.
nobody. But what happened is this, Gary. I got up this morning, got my face together, got my outfit together. I was like, it's me and Gary. And then, like, NBC, I was like, Gary, NBC.
I would have chose me, but that's fine.
NBC was sitting up here.
I've done more for black people than NBC the last 5 years.
You probably have. But I had to, like, stop at Bristol Farms, steal their Wi-Fi, open up my computer, and, like, do the Zoom in the car.
People don't realize that grind actors and actresses go through, not just to get parts.
Seriously.
Then you get the part, then they ask you to do press, and you want to be a good soldier for the network because you want, like I said, work gets work.
Yes.
So I knew. I told everybody here, I go, she had a Zoom call. She was going to do it here, but she got caught in a little traffic. I said, I bet you she pulled over and did it.
Yo, I had to pull over, and because I was close, right? I was close, but I wasn't. And just typical Hollywood, LA, the traffic was bad. All the grandmas and grandpas was out driving slow. I was like, okay, let me conduct myself. Because you heard me. I called you. I was cursing a lot.
Well, and then you start honking. I go, I believe you. You don't have to prove to me you're in traffic.
I was like, fucking go!
I think you fake yelled, fuck off! I go, this isn't New York, Laila. Where are you from originally?
I was born in Jersey, moved to New York, and then I moved here.
Born in what
Jersey.
part of New Jersey? Because New
Let's
Jersey
guess.
is different.
Let's guess.
Oh,
Let's
I'm
guess.
thinking like a nice part of Newark. Is there a nice part?
grandma's from Newark.
Oh.
I went to, like,
Newark's got
kinda-
some other shit,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, I kind of like, I was born in East Orange.
That was my next guess, by the
Boom.
way.
There you go. Well, at least you didn't say like Atlantic City. Or,
No, you're definitely not Atlantic City.
No, or what about Princeton?
I don't know enough about Princeton.
Well, come on, what you think? Like Princeton,
No, you're
Ivy
definitely
League? No?
No, definitely not. No. No, Queens community.
kind of, sort of. So I was born in East Orange. I went to school in Montclair.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I moved to New York. But the thing about it is like growing up in Jersey, you're always exposed to like other places. So I was always in New York. My family's from Philly, so I have family in Philly. So I have a lot of like the whole tri-state area. Like that's all me. And then I came here.
What year did you move to LA?
Damn, Gary, mind your business.
Hey, that's part of the deal.
A little while ago.
Well, why is that such a secret?
I came here in like 2009.
Okay, I was already out.
I was
I moved out in
2009.
2004.
Yeah.
It's funny how when I lived in LA, when I got here late 90s and stayed till 2004.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What?
I'm just saying.
I'm old, is what it is. Black women keep you young. If I was messing with white women, oh my God, I'd
Right.
be bald,
A mess.
gray, I'd be
A
like
mess.
this. Coke.
Crow's feet, all types of shit.
It's fine, you're late. I'm wide awake, baby. Let's keep this going, Laila.
Right.
Be shaking. No, but it was funny because then when I moved out, I always say like I think comedians and actors, actresses, we're in frats. There's like this 4 or 5 year run where you see people you struggle with and you come up with, and then some people take off later. But the key is just try to stay working. So you
Yes.
came in like the fraternity after me. Like I graduated,
Yes,
and then you
already
came in with the
on.
freshman class.
Yes. So this is the thing. I bet you don't know this. One of my first jobs in LA, I was a waitress at the Comedy Union.
No.
Yes, I was.
For real?
Shout out to Enz Mitchell. Yes.
Yeah. You was a waitress there?
I was a waitress.
That's crazy.
And the thing about me being a waitress there, that's where I kind of learned my comedy. Like I could tell when someone was bombing. I can tell when someone was doing really good. Like anybody, like let's give it up for the ladies. Like you're not doing good. You're doing bad.
Oh my God. See, I've always wanted to ask a wait. Now, I'm probably more interested in this than your acting career now.
Wow.
Just being a comedian.
Wow. Let me get all the cameras. Wow.
I've never had an in-depth conversation with a waitress from a comedy club.
Got you.
So, as a waitress, how long were you a waitress at the Comedy Union?
I think I was a waitress there because I would get fired like a lot, and then I would like come back.
Why would you get fired?
Because I thought that I was gonna blow. So I'd be like, fuck this job, I don't really need it. I'm about to do a video. And then like I do a video. I did
Like a music video.
Like a music video.
You thought a music video.
Yeah, of course.
Like, no, not blow job.
No.
Blow. Blow up?
Blow up. Poof. Pow. Blow up. That part.
What you meant about this music video.
No.
I'm literally about to blow this dude.
No, I'm not. and that's so funny. Like, I've really never even, no one ever asked me for like sexual favors for a job. Like, ever. I thought it was something wrong with me.
Really?
Yeah, because everybody was like, Hollywood, you gotta sleep with people. And I was like, yeah, like nobody asked me yet. Like, I'm wait till I have to give it up.
I can't wait to see that BET Award speech.
Right, like, I want to thank everybody I fucked. Like,
Thank you to the diplomats. Never got the lead singer, but your road manager is amazing.
Right.
He's circumcised.
Right.
So-
Gary.
That's not me, that's you giving the speech.
Woo, that was, because that, I
But
had heard.
as a waitress at a comedy club, when you see somebody go up,
Yes.
did you ever see somebody before they blew where you said, wow, there's something there? Like a comedian that came on and they were just open micing, but you were like, whoa.
Yeah.
Who would you
Yeah,
say?
like-
Do you remember when they had something about them?
You got to remember, I remember like Joey Wells. I remember,
But Joey been there a minute. Like he was there when I was here in the late 90s.
right,
and
but
then-
I didn't know that. Like coming in,
okay.
it's like there's certain people that you see. So I saw like Rodney Perry. Like Rodney Perry was on set when
Yeah.
we were in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Rodney Perry saw me like go from like a little girl
Yeah.
to a grown woman.
Rodney's one of them. He's always working.
Yes.
He'll pop up in the most like when he popped up on set Undercover
Yes.
to punch up jokes. I was like, one thing about Rodney, and I think Rodney works a lot, and this is not a knock to his talent, is because he's such a nice guy. He's personable.
Yes.
So you know when you hire him, there's gonna be no drama. He's just gonna be a team player.
Right.
And he's very he'll give you a compliment.
Yes.
Some comedians we just observe, but we never say good job, or he'll call you afterwards and be like, yo, that shit today was funny.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I mean?
So like who I came up with, like Sid Castillo. Like,
Yeah,
Sid
Sydney.
is my boy.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of people. I remember Tiffany. Like
Yeah.
I remember these people performing, and I would be out there with like 2-drink minimum. No, you gotta get your drink. I had to do that. And I was going to auditions. I was doing my music videos.
And what year was that you was working at Comedy
So
Union?
this is like 2009. This was my first job.
Oh.
It's my first job.
Here's a great Comedy Union story I've never shared. Was 2002 or 3, because I was still living in LA. Kevin Hart, he was open micing still, trying to get his name out there, right? He came to the Comedy Union right after he got the call for Soul Plane. Oh. And he goes like this. He goes, yo, G. I'll never forget, he had a jacket on and a wife beater. And I was looking at him like, why do you have a wife beater on underneath the jean jacket? And he had the matching jacket with jeans on. He goes, yo, G, I just got this movie. I said, what? He goes, yeah, man, I just got the call, man. It's called Soul Play. He goes, lead. But the way he said, he goes, lead.
Well,
I was like, really? What? I said, what's it about? And he kind of told me, and I was thinking, good luck with that.
Right. but think about it. Like, he was able to bounce back from that.
But people don't think, like, those movies like that, he didn't, like, fall off.
Right.
That's still a quote-unquote hood classic,
Yes.
Soul Plane.
Yeah.
There were so many comedians in that movie, too.
So many.
You know? And when you watch it, little cheesy, I get it, fed a lot of stereotypes, but it is a fun movie to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
When you're just with your boys, you're just like, oh, it's almost like you do this stupid ass movie,
Right,
but you watch it.
Exactly.
But you watch it.
But you watch it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of movies like that.
Undercover Brother 2. We did one.
We did do one.
Yeah.
You killed it, like, for real. But let me tell you something. I don't know if you noticed this. On set, it would be like the crew would give it up and like laugh, die for all your jokes. Mm-hmm. All of the men, when it came to like me and like, well, I was the lead, but the lead female. I'm just saying, nobody would ever give it up. They would be like,
I told him not to laugh.
got you.
I literally,
Shit was funny though, but that's fine.
No, when I got hired, I go, don't laugh at any of the female shit.
Yeah, I feel that.
Make them work.
Yeah, you guys like, but the thing is that movie came from a relationship that I had with Leslie, the director.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this. Did you have to audition for Undercover Brother 2?
I auditioned for I don't like how you looking at me, Gary, but I'm going to answer
I'm going to tell you how I got
anyway.
the part. After you tell me how you got the part.
Well, I okay, so Leslie knew me from me doing this thing called, and this is with Cole Black, Jeff Clanagan. And we did this series called The Real Preacher's Wives.
Okay.
Right? So Leslie knew I was funny, but it was just like, okay. And then after that, I did this with my homeboy, Woody the Great, Stories with Kev. Now, Stories with Kev, like, was bomb. So Leslie kind of, I think, had an idea of it because he...
Is that like an internet show? Like it went on YouTube and stuff?
No, it just went viral.
Oh, I'm not knocking it. No, I'm asking. YouTube is literally, I'm saying YouTube is a TV network. I always say treat it as a TV network because you don't have red tape.
Kind of, sort of.
You can kind of look at someone like Desi Banks right now.
Hey, Desi, I know Desi.
Yeah, destroying with no networks behind them.
No, yeah, I think that's happened in the last few years of YouTube has become a more reliable. But
what you saying working with Cole Black?
Yeah.
I think they were one of the first as far as black for black content.
Yes.
They were like, yo, we're gonna do sketches. Because I remember 2012, I had a TV show on True TV with Shaq.
God.
And they were telling me Cole Black was in my ear and Shaq was a part of that. Like, yo, we're gonna do these sketches and these different things for YouTube. And in my brain, I was like, fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
we're not making no money. You know, they go, no, we're going to give you a percentage if we hit so many views. And I go, that shit ain't going to hit any views.
Right.
I'm still getting like little money here and there from those sketches back then.
Right. Can I hold something, Gary?
Yeah, it's not a lot. Like
Well,
it literally bought that smart water. That's how much the checks be sometimes. But I'm not doing anything. It's nice to get $6 in the mail every now and then.
Exactly. But that's the thing. It was like, so Leslie kind of knew me from that. Stories with Kev did really well and people really liked it. And it was just basically you do, let's say we do your stand-up. So it's your voice playing over it and we just reenact it.
Reenact the jokes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we're like the setup, the everything. So
Also, like you telling a story?
well, it's Kev's stand-up. And then we would create the story to match the stand-up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of times I played Kev's wife in the sketches. So
Did you do any episodes of Real Husbands of Hollywood?
no,
Wow. Sorry about that.
no, it's okay.
That's fine.
It's okay.
Oops.
Leftout.com. It's all right.
So Leslie called. So you didn't have to audition.
I auditioned for a different part, and remember,
What'd you audition for?
Unattainable Sister.
Yeah, because there was only two
It was
women
only
in
two.
there. Yeah.
There was only two, and remember, it was shooting right around Christmas. So a lot of people didn't necessarily want to do the role. Well, yeah.
People working like that.
Well, I don't know.
All
But-
the struggling actors and actresses, and people were saying no.
But this is the thing that worked because whoever said no, they got me.
To play the lead female detective.
Yes, and those people. Let me just tell you, when they aired the film, everybody was like, "Why your wig keep changing? I don't like your wig." I was like, "Oh, did you watch the movie? Or are you concerned with the goddamn wig? Like, which is important, the wig or the work?" They said the wig. We ain't like that.
I didn't even
wig.
notice. I guess I'm a white guy. I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
that
but
shit.
it was like short, long, part, this,
Oh, really?
that, like, and everybody's like, "What the fuck is going?" I'm like, "Well, the director, that's what he wanted."
Oh, that's hysterical. I didn't even
Yeah.
notice. Honestly,
Yeah, well,
I didn't even notice. I had auditioned for it.
No, you didn't, Gary.
On my, it wasn't like. I've had a couple movies where it was my audition to lose. Basically, I had to fuck it up. So Leslie called. It was like, "Yo, G, I got this movie. I want you to come get down. I'm gonna send the script. Just put yourself on tape." Because I remember I was at the Houston Improv, and I go, "When you need to buy?" He goes, "Monday." This is like Friday.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right. So literally, the audition is on an iPhone. I did my audition. We went to Best Buy and bought the little stand to make it sturdy.
Right.
Set it up. Bink. Have my road manager read off camera. And he's not a good reader. It was so bland. It was like, "Hi, where are you from?" I was like, "Dude, Brad, your public school Alabama education is on full display right now."
Hilarious.
You know
But that happens so often. Like when you see, the thing is, for me, like when I go in for auditions, like now, I have a coach. So I go to my coach all the time. And I have a coach in LA and I have one in New York. So I don't want to give a bad performance because people remember bad shit more so than good shit.
Oh, I've had some horrible auditions.
I'm sure.
What do you
me
mean? What do you
too.
mean?
Well,
I'm sure.
You know, like,
No,
like
I've had
in
some
the
doozies.
sense, I'm sure.
I think, yeah, I've had some monsters.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
Where
saying.
you bad auditions, you feel like you're never working again.
Yeah, you'll be like, "So let me move. Let me pack my shit up tonight."
You're calling ends up. Can I get back on the comedy union? Can I be a waitress? We're shut down. It's COVID. Well, when you start.
Exactly. When you start, can I come back? No, seriously. And then the crazy part, it's really important for me to say this. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember Sylvia?
Hillman, D-Ray's old assistant?
Yes.
Yeah, I love her.
Me too. That's my boo. Hi, Sylvia. I love you. So she was working kind of like on the film too, and I was talking
On
to
Undercover Brother 2?
Yeah, like
I
indirectly.
don't remember. Okay, I didn't see was she on set?
Not on set, but like indirectly.
got it.
I'll tell you later. So she was my manager when I worked at the comedy union. So she would see me go through these moments of like, I'm gonna quit, and I'm like, and I made it, and I don't need this fucking job. And then, oh yeah, I was crazy. And then I'd come back.
Because you got a camera on video? What?
Got a little bootsy video.
Did
Yeah,
you? You did a little Boosie video?
know.
I was going to say, and you didn't sleep with anybody? You're the first. So-
They were, but the thing about it is like, I think that sometimes I'm a bit too much, and men are like, oh, I think I'm good. I don't like keep that. So
Think that's the Jersey in you?
it could be. It could be. It could be. Maybe. But I've tried to like dial it back and get like more like docile.
Well, if you're telling me that Laila I know is dialed back, I don't even know.
Oh, she was a rat.
Well, now I know why nobody was sleeping with you or asking to.
But this is what I'm
They're
saying.
probably thinking she's not going to leave. She's going to come sleep with me and then get in my fridge and then start
And
making
move in.
shit.
Oh my God, this is so nice.
Why is Uber Eats getting delivered?
But that's what I mean. But like so I worked at the Comedy Union, and during that time, it's like when you're young, you think certain jobs are gonna like propel you and move you forward and all types of things. Well, that's not true. And I learned that the hard way. So I would quit or get fired. Like a lot of times I would get fired, and you humble yourself the next week, like, hey, if y'all need help, I'm around to help.
Shut up
y'all.
the ends with liquor. Just, I don't know if you guys ran out, but I got some Hennessy.
Yeah, I'm here. I got a little Ciroc if y'all need.
I forgot Comedy Union. Definitely Ciroc.
Listen, so I think that I had but I always had like this spirit of like, you get knocked down, you get back up. There's a lot of things that I thought were going to propel me or do more than, and they didn't. Undercover Brother 2. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But here's the thing. You never know who's watching what. I've gotten so much stuff that when I look back, go, how did I get that? And then when you get on set, you ask people and you're like, what? I'll tell you, crazy. I did a pilot, a daytime talk show pilot, didn't get picked up. I finally one day I said, how'd you guys find me? Like, it was so random.
Right.
And the guy goes, I was a producer on the Harry Connick Jr. show. You came on as a guest the day after Trump got elected, so in 2016.
oh, okay. Oh, wow.
He goes, so the whole country was like in shock the next morning. He goes, and you came on just boom, bubbly, and even Harry was off that day. I thought Harry Connick Jr. didn't like me because he wasn't really giving me anything back.
Right.
I didn't realize everybody's just in a weird state of mind.
Just because.
And I'm, 8 in the morning, I'm filming. So I'm on, and he goes, yeah, well, as soon as you got done filming, the guy goes, that guy could be a talk show host. And I was like, he goes, so when this guy got offered another job, he thought about me. So that's what I'm saying. You never know. And this is 3 years later.
Yeah. It's like the seeds that you plant are from years ago. Mm-hmm. Like literally, it's not the last audition. It's like sometimes when you talk to actors and comedians that audition, you want to talk about that? Because sometimes like comedians think that they're actors. Like, yo.
Oh, I'm not. I'll tell you what. I'm definitely not the greatest actor in auditions for sure.
Listen.
But on set, I feel like if it's a comedy.
Yes.
I feel like I could always make it funnier.
No, you definitely do. It was so hard. It was hard looking at you with a straight face when you were that.
Militant brother?
I could not. I hated you so many days. You would come in and just steal the scene. And it's like, I have to play this straight. And you would come in and do shit, and I'd be like. Because it was that funny. And I think that sometimes, like, comedians don't always understand it. To be an actor is not easy. Because to do stand-up is not easy.
Yeah.
At all. Like, I played a stand-up in something, and, like, I was good, but it wasn't good.
You were probably an actress playing a comedian.
I was.
Great comedians, they're just, you can't teach it. There's not a comedy class.
Right.
It's just you're up there and you tell jokes, and you're basically bearing your soul in your way.
Yes.
You can't teach that. There's nothing you can teach. You can't teach somebody to do what Dave Chappelle's doing.
No.
You can't teach somebody to do what Bill Burr's doing. You just can't teach that shit.
I agree. The thing about it is, like, you have to, like, live life. And there's certain things that are funny that you experience, and then you tell the story of how funny that it was. But going to class per se does not make you a stand-up.
Not at all.
It doesn't.
Michael Ealy was on the podcast, and he said, I'm sorry. Michael Ealy was on my podcast. And he said, I said, do you, because, I always, when I work with Mike on Thing Like a Man, that's who I deferred to. Because I knew he was an actor's actor.
Right.
Now I'm like locked in.
Right.
He knew where we was coming from, where we was going, where this scene's supposed to head.
Right.
I'm just wake up like, what are we doing today? I'm like, it's script like, okay, so is this Saturday in the movie? Okay. There's no prep.
Right, and somebody's looking at you
I'm like this. Okay, we're still doing Think Like a Man. Okay, I was doing the next movie. I just got booked on a movie, guys. Sorry, I got confused. I'm sorry. No, but Ely said, I said, do you like working with actors or comedians? And he said the problem and the brilliance of comedians is you guys are fearless.
Yeah.
He goes, you guys will try something in a scene with no regard.
Right.
He goes, Mike said, the problem with working like you and Kev and other comedians he's worked with, he goes, I'll prep all night and then get there and I'll be like, he's gonna do something that I don't see coming.
Right.
And now I gotta feed off of it. He goes,
Yes.
it's not, he goes, I love it. He goes, but it's not the easiest. Whereas an actor working the actor, they're just gonna stick to the lines.
Right. You
get me?
right. But you did that day when you said something about the missile. You said some joke about a missile and like you just went off cuff and it was so funny and we weren't expecting it. That's the thing. But it had to stay. It definitely stayed because it was funny. Now you don't want to get with an actor that doesn't give you anything and like acts to themselves. That part is hard.
What do you mean by that?
Like sometimes people go, like some actors are like very selfish and you can tell. It takes time to realize when someone is like not acting with you. Like, so let's say we were doing a scene and this is the eye line. You see how I'm not looking at you,
Right.
but they think I am.
Yeah.
Not connecting.
So I'm over here.
Gary, stop. Be
Well, I'm trying.
this way.
Okay.
Boom. So we like looking at each other, but we're not.
Right. Do you not see me? That's how
See, this is why.
I would be on set that I'd be doing it if I had a selfish
Right.
acting like this. Hey, bro.
Right, you
Right
messing
there.
it up. And that's the thing. I think that it's just a little bit more technical in certain areas, certain parts, but not every comedian can do that. That's the thing. Not every comedian is funny enough to do that, to like get in a film and make it work, no matter what it is. You're talented. Look at that.
Hey.
Gold star for Gary.
Is what it is. Let's
Yes.
get into Salt and Pepa movie. That's
Okay.
why I wanted you on, and you got mad at me because you said, "Have you seen it yet?" And I've been on the road so much. I said, "No, but I'm gonna watch it before you come on the podcast." Then you got mad at me because I watched it yesterday.
Yes.
I wanted it fresh in my brain.
No, you should have been like, yo, I saw it 3 times.
No, listen. I turned everything off. I did phone, TV, in my hotel, put on my laptop, and watched that motherfucker. Now, let me ask you.
Yes.
You auditioned for that?
I did.
'Cause that was, I had Teresa Top Notch.
Yes,
Teresa Celeste. She said
yes.
she auditioned for it.
I know. I saw her at the audition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She-
That's my girl. Like,
Yeah.
I think when you get to a certain point, you kind of know who's auditioning and where. And
Oh, you see the
everything
same
like that.
people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's when you be like, who the fuck is this lady? Like, how?
Like a newbie comes in?
Right. Like, who's this bitch? Like, that could always happen. So it never. At the same time, don't worry about who's in the room because the offer could go out to somebody else that's at the house chilling.
Yeah, that's the thing about audition. When you audition for the lead, the frustrating part is sometimes you're like, there's probably an offer out. This is for if that person passes.
Right. Say it again. Say it loud for the bitches in the back because that is exactly.
So when Nia Long passed, they called you?
kept going. She passed. And then
Yeah.
it got to me. I was like,
So
I'm
when
doing
every
it.
girl from The Best Man passed,
Yeah.
then they said,
Maybe
Layla?
maybe it'll get to me. And then I'm like this. Yes, finally. Yes, literally, that's how it happens. But for Salt and Pepper, at first, when I got the audition, I was like, what? Me, Pepper? I don't think so.
Were you fans already of the music?
Like, yeah, I grew up on them. I knew them. But at the same time, I wasn't like, gotta do it. Like I wasn't really beat. You know how many auditions we get, and you'd be like, okay, it's another one. So I go, I do it, and Leah Daniels had cast me. You know Leah.
Yeah, I had a bad audition for her one time.
Ooh. Well, apologize. We like, bring me back
No,
in.
no, here's the thing. Leah gave, and I so appreciated it because a lot of times you audition, you don't hear nothing.
Right.
You just get a no.
Right.
She actually my agency followed up, and then she told them why, which was cool. She didn't have to do that. She'd be like, he just
That
didn't get
helped
it.
you.
Yeah, it helped.
Yeah. So sometimes it's called feedback.
Feedback. You don't get a lot of it. That's what they say in this business. You get a lot of no's. No, you don't.
You don't get
You hear
nothing.
nothing.
It just comes on TV, and you be like,
It's
"Ugh."
you never hear no. You hear nothing.
It's on TV now. Like, oh shit.
They casted that?
Right. Like, I auditioned for Samantha. Like, well.
You got to get in the trades.
Right.
Variety or something, or Deadline.
Exactly. Right.
They just casted the Gary Owen show with Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah,
So he's
yeah.
playing me. Got it.
And you'd be like, oh, so I'm out. Oh, okay.
Okay, got
cool.
it. I didn't even get the part for my own show.
Exactly. And then people be like, I killed that audition. Like, yo, it's not about that. You can kill the audition. That does not mean that you got the part.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I had to like really like wrap my head around. It's not even if you were that good in the audition. It's if the producers want you, if the network, if everything just pans out. That's really what it boils down to. And for me, I just felt like Salt and Peppa just panned out for me.
So how many auditions you do?
I went in the first time. 4.
That's what people don't
4.
realize, man. The auditions is the most like, there's no relief because you're like, you give a go and you're like, who?
Right.
All right, now, first you go into casting. Then they're like, okay, you're going to go in for producers. Like, okay, I got to regroup.
Right.
I got to, because you might do the perfect audition for casting,
Then,
but then don't deliver for the producers, like for whatever reason. You're like, oh, fuck.
because sometimes
4?
you get it 4. But the first one was boom, whatever. Then it was a callback. And mind you, this took like 2 months. This wasn't like, do tomorrow. This was like a process. So the first one was just Leah. The second one was, I don't remember. The third one was the callback. And that one, they were like, all right, go ahead and rap.
Like freestyle?
Yes.
Wow.
Boom, did that. Bars.
Oh, shit.
Did that.
My whole rap would have been bars.
Like, listen.
I drove here in a car. Bars. It was kind of far. Bar.
Then I went to the bar.
Yeah.
Bars.
Bar. Yeah. I opened up a can of peanut butter. I made it a jar.
There you go.
There's no such thing as a can of peanut butter, bro.
But we get you. But we get you. So the thing is, I went and I did that. And then Leah, like, she wants to see her actors win. That's like the great thing.
Yeah.
And she hit Gigi and was like, could you guys get together and like
Who's
do
Gigi?
a dance? Gigi plays Salt.
Okay, sorry.
Gigi, come on. Well,
that.
you
Sorry,
should
I
have
thought
known
it was
that.
your assistant.
You watched the film,
I
right?
have a question about somebody else in the movie that we'll get to.
Oh, I can't wait. So, me and G got together and did Push It. We had literally a turnover of about maybe 8 hours to like get it, like learn it, have somebody shoot it, and get it to her. So we did that, and then you know the process of like the mix and the match of like, all right, you're Peppa, and then you go with this salt, and then you go with this salt. So when me and G like got in the room, it was like,
That's Salt and Peppa.
yeah, pretty
Did you
much.
show up late like Peppa?
Oh,
That would have been great if you just fucking came in late and be like, what are you doing? Be like this, excuse me, and then had a drink. What? Give me the part. She's really Peppa right now. She is Peppa 1995.
I'm done. I'm super done. I was on time.
Well, that's not Peppa.
Well, I was on
I
time.
might not gave it to you.
Well,
I'd be like this.
I got
Oh,
it.
she's way too punctual.
Yes, well, it's like now, I just want to talk about, okay, so I live in Hollywood. We are in Santa Monica. That's like another state to drive to Santa Monica. It's
Everybody-
a fucking different part of the
You know,
world.
I fly in for my podcast. I don't live in Southern California.
I know you live,
Northern California.
yeah.
So I fly in every 3-4 weeks and do like 3-4 episodes. So
Do you fly in private?
nope.
He lying,
Jet
y'all.
Sweet or Southwest.
You do not get on Southwest.
Swear to God, it's the only thing direct to Northern California and back. And I don't
You
like
go to
LAX.
LAX? Oh,
No, Burbank.
Burbank?
Yeah. Burbank.
So it takes you what, like an hour and some
LAX.
change to get down here.
Yeah, it's fine. That's where the studio's at. They don't have a studio where I live, so they built this beautiful studio in Santa Monica.
Beautiful studio in Santa Monica. But
Yep.
everybody in Santa Monica, like, they too, like, la, la, la. Like, yo, go. Like,
Go where?
get on. Like,
Oh, like
fucking drive,
the
please.
slower pace of life out here.
I can't handle it.
I see. New Jersey's coming out now.
New Jersey Drive.
Right. Okay, this is what I want to ask about.
Yes.
The guy that played, and I didn't look at the credits. I should have. The guy that played Harvey. What's the
Herbie.
Herbie? Sorry,
Woo.
sorry about that. Herbie. Is that Andre Berto's brother?
Yes.
I knew it. I was
Yes.
watching it going, why do I know this dude?
Yes. And
I didn't know
was,
he's the guy who's trying to be an actor.
Yeah, like he has some other like good work coming out. But I'm a fan of Andre Berto. Like
Yeah,
I was
the boxer.
The boxer. I was like, so can I get some tickets? Like if he
I think he's
decides to
retired
come back.
now.
That's what I'm saying.
He's
But you know
retired.
they like retire and then come back. I was like,
That's
so
right.
if he come back, can I get 2 tickets? He was like, girl.
Because I'm such a boxing fan, and I'm watching it going, well,
Yes.
why do I know this dude?
Yes.
And I kept thinking of like what sketch he's been on or what he must have been a guest on Real Husbands or some shit. And I'm
No.
going, why do I know? And it hit me halfway through the movie. I go, I think that's the guy that's always in Andre Berto's corner.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
I
such
don't
a-
know, but I don't know if he's in a corner, but
Oh,
like
he's been in the corners in fights.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because it was like Berto had his dad was
Yes.
a trainer for a long time, and then his brother be there right there with him. And then when they start doing like, you know, the HBO 24/7 and stuff.
Then it changed.
Yeah, but he'd always be on the shows with him because
Okay.
he'd always was working out with him and stuff. So when I saw it, I go, I think that's him.
That is him.
That is.
That was like the first thing I said to him. I was like, so your brother's Berto, so if he comes back, like, can I come to the fight?
So you met me 3 years late because he fought Mayweather like 3-4 years ago. That'd have been the
Yeah.
fight to go to.
Yeah, of course. But do you think, like, when are we going to get some good boxing matches, like, back? Like, are
There's good ones. It's just boxing is not. It's I don't know. It's not promoted like it used to. There's some great fighters out there and great fights, but here's the thing. I think boxing is run by the heavyweights.
Yeah.
So we had the Klitschko's for the longest time, who were kind of boring.
Super boring.
Was a down time for boxing. They were fighting in Europe and
Right.
Germany.
Right.
So it was like, but now I thought Deontay Wilder was gonna bring it back, and he did. But I really
That was the one. That was the one who comes out with like all the like
The Black
cape and
Panther.
all the shit on.
Yeah, this one. He came out with this. It was way too heavy with the lights on.
Cause he lost, right?
He lost, and he blamed it on the
On the costume.
costume.
Got you.
I just think every fighter has their boogeyman.
Yeah.
Tyson had Holyfield.
Yes.
Different people. Lennox Lewis, as great as he was, I think Oliver McCall was his boogeyman if he didn't have a mental breakdown in the middle of the fight one time.
Did he?
Oliver McCall knocked Lennox Lewis out. Oliver McCall was an amazing fighter, but he
Lennox
fought
Lewis is he Canadian or English?
both. He really is a man with no country.
Got you.
Because I think he won the gold medal for the Canadian team.
Okay.
And he raised in Toronto, but he's originally got that London accent, grew up in London. So he's
Right.
But he fought Oliver McCall a second time, and if you watch the fight, Oliver McCall literally has a mental breakdown in the fight. He just starts crying. In the middle of the fight, he just stopped fighting, was getting hit, and just went. Never seen nothing like it.
Are you serious?
But he gave Lennox Lewis the best fights. I was like this. Some people, and I think with Deontay, I think stylistically, just Tyson Fury is a terrible matchup for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I remember, this is an old fight. Do you remember Costa Zoo?
Yeah, that's when it knocked out Zab Judo.
But he did the Harlem Shake.
Yeah.
I was like, really, I was never the same after that because I think that we put so much on, you know, he's small, he's from New York, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, you're talking about Zab?
Zab, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Zab. The thing about Zab was, if he liked being the champ.
Yeah.
And he lived up being the champ as far as
Yeah.
partying and drinking.
Yeah.
And you don't know when it's going to catch up with you, but it always does. Like Jason Kidd said that he was 40 years old playing in the NBA. And they said, do you think, how you playing so well at 40? the season, it's a grind, right? The games, he goes, it's not the games that make you old. It's what you do in between the games that make you old. Because that's why Mayweather, he goes out, but he don't drink. He don't smoke. So he'll be at the club drinking water, and then he'll leave and go to the gym and train in the middle of the night.
But everybody does not have that type of like work ethic. You know what I mean? Like everybody doesn't have it. And people have different levels of it. You know what I mean? I was a Felix Trinidad fan.
Yeah. You know who his boogeyman was?
Don't tell me. Don't tell me, because he got fucked up at Madison Square Garden.
Well, he got over his prime. Bernard Hopkins fucked him up.
Jesus.
But I think his boogeyman, too, was Winky Wright.
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
No, there's a lot of people who wasn't fucking with Winky back in the day because he was a defensive fighter. He was like, nope, he couldn't really hit him.
Okay.
He beat Mosley. After Mosley beat De La Hoya, and they were like, Mosley's the guy. Winky beat Mosley. Trinidad, like, when Winky was like early 30s, nobody really fucking with Winky.
Listen, I went to what fight? I didn't
know you were a big boxing fan.
I live for boxing. Let me tell you, I went to a fight at the MGM, and it was like everybody was coming out, and it turned into like a little stampede. And I lost my shoes, and this white man helped me. I remember I was crying. And he was
What year was that? You don't even know the fight?
I can't remember the fight.
I know Tyson had the deal with MGM.
It had to be a Mayweather fight.
Or Mayweather had the deal with MGM, yeah.
And like something happened, let's say like a wall like this, boop, it fell. So people thought it was a shootout, and people started running. Yeah, it was a mess.
Like the wall went boom, and then everybody took off?
Yes.
You lost your shoes?
Yes.
And the white guy goes, that's not a gunshot.
He helped me because I was like mortified. I was like, all my friends had left me, ran someplace, and I just remember like running with no shoes.
Was it an old white guy or a young white guy?
I don't remember, but he was like, he had to be like maybe in his 40s.
I'm thinking Vegas, attractive young black woman, older white guys like this. Jackpot.
No casting couch.
Hey, pretty lady, I need someone to blow on these dice while I play craps.
No, he like real.
You lost your shoes? I'll buy you a new pair.
Right, but he didn't. I just remember I was like someplace and I was scared, and he like helped me, like for real. He was like, just wait right here. I was like, all right, thank you. And he helped me. Shout out to the white guy in Vegas that helped me. Thank you.
I don't think he's watching my podcast.
Right. But you never know. He could
You never know, right?
What if he gets in the comments like, I helped you that day? Like, thank you so much.
He's in the comments.
Thank you so much. But I do love boxing. I'm not as much as like a football fan.
Mm-hmm.
I like basketball like a lot, but like I haven't been watching it. Like pandemic, it's just weird. Like the empty gym, and I'm good.
Yeah. Well, even boxing and the UFC fights with no fans, it's so. I almost enjoy it a little bit because you can hear the punches getting landed, and you can hear the corners.
It's too brutal.
Oh,
who just lost? It was McGregor.
Yeah, UFC.
I can't watch that. There was a guy who like lost one of his balls.
What?
He lost his ball.
Oh, that's a while ago when the guy low blowed him.
Well, he lost it.
He lost the ball. There was when I was in junior high, we had a guy. He came to our school. He was at my school for a week, and he got in a fight with this kid, and he had cowboy boots on, and he fucking kicked this guy in his balls, and the guy lost one of his balls.
Did
I went to high school with. No, it ruptured. So literally, this kid was at my school for a week. We never saw him again. He got expelled.
Hello, yes.
It kicked him in the balls and then it was funny because I lived in a trailer park, but there's all these country roads around the trailer park. I knew, the guy, it was crazy. The kid that was at my school for a week was on the bus route. So we picked him up, new kid on the bus for a week, got in a fight at elementary school, kicked the guy in the balls, got expelled. Then we'd literally be coming home from school or going to school, and we'd see him in the yard because he lived on like a little farm. And he'd just be doing farm work. I don't know where he's at to this day.
You should find him, Gary.
But I just remember he was there for a week.
And
he wore the same camouflage jacket every day to school. We was like, and then that was it.
We should find him.
Boom!
Have him sitting right here with them same dusty boots on. That'd be great.
Yeah, and that was the talk in junior high. I can't remember the guy's name, but I'm just making it up. Like, Mike lost his ball. He lost the ball. So I literally, he came back to school like a couple months later, and that was the talk. Like, I wonder if he's only got one ball. And then he confirmed it. We didn't see it, but he told us. Did you really lose one of your balls? Yeah.
Are you serious?
He lost the ball.
But you can still have kids, right? With one ball.
Yeah. He's fine. I guess he is. I don't know where he's at today, but he lost the ball. Lost the nut.
Shout out to the one ball.
That's a built-in excuse, though, if you don't finish with a girl. No. I only got one fucking ball, baby.
No.
I'm not going to finish every time.
No. Do you think
I don't have the double-barrel shotgun to unload on you. one a day. I can't fuck you twice.
That's hilarious. Oh, my God. But, yeah, I think that if you have one ball, you should get, like, a little pension or, like, something special.
Like one ball?
Yeah. If you have one breast, you should get something like
breast cancer. Like
I think so.
What about like if it's confirmed you have a smaller than normal penis?
Yeah,
you should get some kind of pension too.
No, you shouldn't.
I think the ties that churches get should go to like guys with small penises because
Why?
God didn't bless him.
Oh well, he's probably. I bet you he's mad smart in business or science.
Oh.
Or math.
If you don't have a master's degree and your penis is under 5 inches, call this number.
Exactly.
We have money for you.
They're rich. They're rich. Hello.
But I'm saying if you don't have, if you make less than $500,000 a year, and you have an under 5-inch penis, there should be some kind of pension because that's just God.
No.
That's a terrible practical joke.
I don't think that's no. I think you'll be all right. I think it's a lady that likes that somewhere.
Maybe.
They go together, hand in hand. So back to Salt and Pepa.
Yeah. Well, she wasn't messing with guys with small ones. Peppa.
Who confirmed that?
Tretch did that movie where he showed us his cock.
Oh, what movie is that?
Tretch did a movie where he did a full frontal scene.
I don't remember.
And that's when I went, whoa, are you okay, Pep? I almost called her. I was like, wow, that's OPP for me.
You're stupid.
No, he did a movie. I don't know. And he had a full frontal. I was so taken back. I go, oh, wasn't expecting that from Tretch.
I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna look that up.
Guys, can we look it up? How many movies Tretch been in?
Please.
If you show me the movie, I'll know what it is.
Are you sure it was?
He did a full frontal.
What year was this?
20 years ago. He was like playing some detective or something. I don't know what it is.
But it was probably like a shadow.
No. He got there. Here's the thing. You could tell he'd been waiting to show that motherfucker off.
Oh.
No, just go to IMDb and look up his credits. Love in a Bullet? Let me see the poster. If you show me the poster, I'll tell you if that's the movie or not.
Let's see.
Can you send it to my phone? Love in a Bullet? Yeah. I bet you that's it. I think that's it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he did a full, like, he took down his clothes. Hey, baby, what's up? And then
I don't think that was his voice, Gary.
Yeah, that's the movie. Love and a Bullet. If you want to see Tretch's shotgun, that wasn't a bullet. That was a shell.
Look at me like, I didn't know that, but okay.
But I don't know here's the thing. It's all proportion, too. I don't know how tall he is. So.
I don't know how tall he is either.
I'm saying.
I think he's like roughly maybe like 6 feet or.
Were any of those, was Salt and Peppa on set when you were shooting?
They were.
So they were actively involved. Were they producers?
Yes.
I would expect them to be producers.
Hello, they were EPs.
Okay, I figured. They're all of them. Like, I got to know them because of Tom Joyner.
Okay.
So you do the Tom Joyner cruise, and he'd always bring all the hip hop legends on.
Yes.
So that's where I got to know Salt, Peppa, and Spinderella.
Gotcha.
Cool as a fan, all three of them.
Yes.
Peppa's always cool. She was the partier on the cruise. You know what I mean?
Yes.
She gets it in. She's
like, but like when I met her, I was like real nervous and like didn't really know. And then like over time, it started to like, I got easier around her. One of my first days of shooting, she has like her first kid is her son, Tyran. Tyran, we had a Canadian actor play young version of Tyran. And he was not fucking with me, like at all.
Like the actor?
Yeah, he was like everything, like he wasn't. I'm like, all right, well.
The actor or her real son?
No, the actor.
Okay.
So he like was like drawn to Tretch, the actor, not the actual Jamel Howard. Hey, and he was like holding him, and I was like, he's my son. Like, put him down. Like, you're stealing my fucking thunder. So the first day I remember, I went to Mario Van Peebles. Shout out. He was a director.
And he was in it. He was a preacher.
He
Told
was.
you I watched it.
You did. I'm very proud. So I went to Mario. I was like, yes. So that kid actor, he fucking up. Let's get a new one, right?
How old is the kid?
No more than 3.
Yeah, because I'm saying he's little. I don't want people to be like some adult.
No, he's no more than 3. And I remember I was like, let's let's get rid of him. He getting on my nerves. And Mario's like, get out, get out of here. I'm like, all right, cool. So like auditions, we'll get another one. So the scene, I'm supposed to he's supposed to be with me, and then he runs, and then he ends up next to Tretch.
That's when you go outside at the MTV
Come
beach
on,
house.
Gary, you better watch the movie.
That's why I watched it yesterday, so I knew.
Yes. So the whole point, I'm supposed to be like, oh, where's Tyran, da da da. The first time I didn't do it. Pep comes from Video Village, which was like on the other side of this wall, and she was like, that's your son. You just can't be like, bye Tyran. I was like, oh, because I didn't like that little actor. I wasn't feeling him. So I had to be like, come on, put on your actor hat and really get into it. And I did. But let me tell you something. Over time, I ended up falling in love with that kid. Seriously. And in one scene, he leaves with, Tretch comes to the studio, so he leaves with Salt, and they go into the sound booth, and he says, bye, mommy. And my face, I was like,
to you?
yes.
Start crying?
I was like, that's my boy. That was my boy.
Yeah, but you don't have to pay for anything.
Yeah, pretty much. But I ended up having a relationship with his mother, him. I still WhatsApp the mom and the little boy. I loved them because it was such an experience, and I really didn't like him at first.
Yeah.
To go from that to love.
It's a real parental feeling because I've had days I didn't like my kids.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I love them now.
Yeah.
There's days you're like, what the fuck kind of Satan's child are you?
Right. I know my mom didn't like me every day.
Right.
It was impossible to like me every day. I was a mess. But
back in the day?
Oh, completely.
He was wilding?
Yeah, I would be at school and I was very colorful. So put colorful and spicy together, that was me. I would tell teachers how I felt. If I didn't agree with something, I didn't want to do it. And my mom was like, well, you can't say that to your teacher. I don't want to do it.
You ever get suspended?
Of course.
Why you say it like that? Like that's normal.
We had something called in-school suspension.
ISS. Were you guys sitting in a room at a desk?
So I remember I came there, I had a Scully on, and I brought my curling iron, and I plugged it in, and I started, and they were like, what the fuck are you doing?
I never thought of that. In-school suspension would you go to a predominantly black school?
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking, I didn't even thought at white schools, ISS, we know. You ain't doing shit. Just open your book and don't talk. I would think at a black school, there's probably tattoos, fucking hair's getting done. Just don't talk. I can see a black girl that's doing her hair. Okay, I'm gonna spend this 4 hours and get my shit right.
I remember I brought my curling iron, and they were like, you cannot do that. And ours was in the basement. It was in a bullshit part of the school. And then it was a glass that people could look in. So your friends would come you fucked up again. I know. I'm in jail. Come after school. So that type of thing. But I think that just fed my artistry of me acting and being where I am today.
Was that always the plan?
Yeah, I never wanted to be anything else. I never wanted to be a vet or a teacher or a fucking doctor.
Just actress.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I didn't know what it was at first, but I was I want to be on TV.
She didn't know how to do it.
No.
You just need, was there any movie or TV show that you remember boom, that's what I want to do? Watching shit?
I remember watching Different World, and I was I want to do that.
I ain't trying to brag, But when I first got to L.A., I never slept with anybody off that cast. But I French kissed 2 girls
Who?
that was on Different World.
Who?
I'm not saying.
He'll tell me later.
2.
Was it Jada?
I'm not saying.
Entanglement.
I'll never tell you.
Entanglement.
No,
I
not.
love
It was
Jada.
not. Was Jada on Different World?
Yes. In the later years.
Oh, that's right.
Come
Right.
on.
You're right.
Yeah.
No. It wasn't like any of the cast that was on the whole time. It was like a couple episodes here and there. But I was so proud of myself. I was
You
calling
kissed
people.
the guest star.
No, with an arc. Like
3 episodes.
4 or 5 episodes. But I was calling people back home. You ain't gonna believe this shit. My tongue was in her mouth. Watch the show tonight.
Right.
I'd be
Like-
calling guys. My first year in LA, I was a kissing bandit. Didn't sleep around a lot, but if you was on TV, I was trying to kiss. Because my thing was like,
Get outta
I
here.
would tell girls too like this, I ain't doing that. I go, I just want to kiss you.
That's it.
That's all I want to do.
See, I liked a good dry hump.
Oh.
A good dry hump was like
No.
life. It was like everything. A good dry hump. That was my favorite.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you were practicing for some of your love scenes in these movies. You had to dry hump in Salt and Pepa,
I did.
right?
I'm very good at it.
That's good.
I
I
did.
haven't had any like love scenes like that.
Okay, so
You've
let's
had a lot.
calm down. Kinda. Listen.
What was the show? What was the show that I was making fun of you when we were doing Like Her Brother 2? What was the show you did? It was like the Showtime something late night shit. What was that? You get residuals off that? You might as well pump it. Go ahead and make that $1.50 real quick.
Listen.
What was the show called?
I'm not with you, Gary. I'm not doing it.
Can we look up Laila Odom?
No,
on
you will not.
IMDb?
No, you will not. No, you will not.
Because you said that was your first acting gig. This show that we're not going to talk about.
Next question.
What?
No.
Okay, I had a movie where I had to get completely naked in.
What movie? was
College. Butt naked.
it? What movie is that?
Dude, it went to all the theaters. Me and Mini-Me, Vern Troyer.
Oh, he died.
Yeah, that's my dude.
Oh wow. See, I know mad stuff.
Yeah, well, the problem with college is we came out right after Superbad.
Oh,
And we had like the same characters. We
So
had the
it was-
chubby guy. We had the smart guy nerd. But ours, college is about 3 high school kids going on a college visit for the weekend
Got
and having
you.
the time of their lives,
Yes.
basically. And I was
Yes.
one of the frat guys that never left. I was like 30,
Got
still
you.
living at the frat house. You know, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just in shorts and t-shirt. And one scene, I just take all my clothes off and walk around. And I'll just never forget. They were trying to give me the cock sock, and it wasn't working.
Why wasn't it working?
I'm not saying that. It wasn't matching my skin tone and everything else.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm just gonna go without it. So I was like, really? I said, yeah, this isn't working.
Gary, ew.
What? I'm not touching anybody. I'm just standing there naked.
Okay, okay. So the scene in Salt and Pepper, I am like semi-nude. Semi.
That was when the guy was on top of you. When you got pregnant with your son.
Yes.
Yes.
Gary, you really watched. I'm really like.
I watched the movie and not uninterrupted. Like I wanted to make sure you could not hit me with something I didn't know.
But this is the thing, and you got the version with no commercials.
That was key.
I know.
Yeah.
I
Commercials
know.
are fuck. So how long? Because when I watched it, it was 2 hours and 7 minutes.
3 hours.
So it was a 3 hour.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a lot of commercials.
It's a lot of commercials, but it's worth it. Please watch.
No, it was good. I've
What's
seen
your
some.
favorite part? Now I'm gonna interview you. What was your favorite part?
My favorite part of the movie. There's a couple. Well, I'll tell you
Come
what
on,
I
Gary.
thought wasn't good.
What?
The guy playing Martin Lawrence. That joke was so stale, and they said it 3 times. I'm going, when you laughed, like, man, that's funny. I was like this. No, it wasn't. You ever be with a woman, and she's like, hell no. And I went, Martin's got some amazing jokes. That's what we came up with, Lifetime?
I know. I listen.
And you at the call center? He's funny. I'd be like this. That guy's never going to make it, by the way. And then when they said, here's the thing, when they said Martin Lawrence, and I had heard that story from Kid, that Kid and Play worked at a call center with Salt and Pepper. What are the chances of that happening, by the way? I didn't know Martin Lawrence worked there too.
Yes.
So I saw the movie.
Yes.
And then Martin, and then he did the joke again.
I know.
When you guys were at the concert. And old boy's like, Martin killing. And then we did the joke, I go, no, Martin's bombing. If that's the joke he told.
Listen, I can't.
So that's not my favorite scene, but I didn't know Martin worked at the call center too.
Yes, worked at the call center.
Favorite was probably, I think it was when you guys first got into the Salt and Pepper outfits.
Okay.
And you were starting to blow, because that took me back to when I first saw you guys.
Yeah.
And I kept trying to figure out when they separated from Herbie.
Yes.
And they won the court case.
Yes.
They really, do you think Herbie was kind of the mastermind behind it? Because afterwards, they're able to have a living, they're able to tour, but they broke up for a while.
Yeah.
But they didn't really have any more hits like they did when they had Herbie. So you think he was
I think that probably played a part, but also I think the time changed.
Yeah, that's true too.
You know, it went from like that, like what I'm in, to like.
And let's talk about sex. Right when Magic Johnson caught AIDS,
Yes.
nobody was talking about sex.
Right.
And they came in like, nah, people are still fucking.
Yeah, and getting this
Basically.
disease. Yeah. That was like really big for us to cover in the film. So we did the Arsenio, like the character that played Arsenio was fucking dead on. Mm-hmm. He was the most dead on looking character.
Oh yeah.
Like we were like, oh, that's Arsenio. So I think with the music changing and rap changing, I think that kind of like led.
And Salt got gospel, right? She got religious for a while.
Remember she did the song with Kurt Franklin.
That's right. Oh, that's right.
Stop.
That's right. You know who I thought looked dead on in the movie?
Who?
Looked exactly like the person?
Who?
Pep. Boom, give you a little shout out.
I cannot
You
stand
literally
you.
going around going, who? Pep.
Right.
I will say, you would have fit in right in that era.
No, definitely. But I think she was like such a wild child, and I think it was so like, I loved playing her. Mm-hmm. I loved everything. Like the moments, and the thing about it is, there was a moment where we're at the house and Salt comes and it's like me and Tretch, and we had to really make sure it didn't get Whitney Bobby-esque.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like we had to really like not be like, oh, are they on drugs? Like, no, that's not the story that we're telling. So let's pull that back and let's not make it. But it still needed to be fun. It still needed to be like, Salt is different than us. Like we're chilling, she's not. And I think that we did that. That was one of the scenes that I was like, okay, let's not get it too drunk or too high or too whatever, because then it starts to morph into something different.
Well, you could see Salt like battling within herself. Like something was pulling her away from that lifestyle and
Right.
pulling her towards the church.
Yes.
You saw that
Yes.
a lot. Mario Van Peebles really blew that up.
Come on.
Do you know Mario is one of the reasons I never got to tell him this, and I heard he came to my show in Toronto, and I always wanted to tell him this in person. Was before I got into business, he did an interview, and I think it was on Arsenio. I could be wrong, but this is early '90s.
Okay.
And he said when he first got to LA and got some money, he saw all his friends buying chains and cars and all this other stuff. He goes, I started buying film. I bought film so I can make more movies and do more things that I wanted to do. And as soon as he said that, I go, oh. And the first big, decent check I got, I shot my first comedy special on my own.
Wow.
Because I was thinking about Mario Van Peebles. And I was thinking work gets work.
Yes.
So I shot my own comedy special at Spreckles Theater in San Diego. Cost me a lot of money that I probably didn't have. I could have spent that money elsewhere. But the thing about that special, never got bought by network.
Really?
But I was able to sell it on the road as a DVD when people were
Okay.
selling DVDs. And that special got me 2 TV deals.
Well, then it
Because
paid
I had
for
like
itself.
a calling card.
Yeah,
Right.
it paid for itself.
Is that crazy?
I think that for me, like we as actors, we go it's up and down. It's feast or famine. You never really know when the next job is.
It's a roller coaster.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It's like.
It's a temp job. It's the biggest temp job on the planet.
Seriously. And you better be like 100% ready for not the feast, but the famine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's important.
Yeah, it's like because you don't know. Today, like being honest, today I'm like really pulling my hair out because Tesla is down. Okay, nobody.
You got stock in that?
What? Of course.
It'll come back. Elon ain't letting that motherfucker fail.
I'm talking about it's down $200.
Well, it'll come back. Promise you
When?
that. I promise you it'll come back.
GoFundMe, can y'all send me some money? Tesla's fucked up.
Ride it out.
That means me
Elon
too.
ain't gonna lose.
But listen, there's like that was one thing during the pandemic that I learned was to trade stocks. Because I didn't know what else, like I didn't know what was coming next. We did Salt and Pepper in 2019 going into 2020. So basically we wrap, it's Christmas, boom, it's 2020, like, oh shit, yeah, it's about to go down. Nothing went down in 2020.
Where'd you film it at?
In Toronto.
Oh, what a great city. You didn't like it?
Nah.
Let me ask you this, was the hotel nice?
Well, we lived in like
Hart?
condos.
Oh, really?
So like it was cool. I just thought I was gonna see Drake. You feel me? Like
Oh, Toronto's like that's like New York.
what?
You're not gonna see Diddy every time you go to New York.
Well, maybe. I thought I was gonna see him, and I never saw him. And I was like, well, then I'll settle for Torey Lanez. And I was like, well, I didn't see him either.
Good thing you didn't see him. He's got kind of a temper.
You know, I'm bigger than Torey.
Yeah, he's got kind of a temper.
Hey,
You've heard my Tory Lane story?
no, tell it.
Oh, I've said it before, but I've literally 2 different times I saw him. I saw him in Houston, and I saw him in Vegas. And when I saw him in Houston, both times he was doing club appearances.
Okay.
So how did I end up at the same spot as Tory Lane? Don't ask that question, but you know about the culture. I hang out where the black people hang out.
Yes.
You know that about me.
Yes, we went to the Sweet Lounge.
Sweet Lounge,
and
yeah,
then
had
I
a
was
ball.
like, what is Gary doing? You were chilling.
Dude, I'm not the white dude that works with black people and then dips when it's off work. No.
All of us went out.
Yeah.
Me, you, A, Vince, all of us.
All of us, yeah.
We all went out.
Ball that night. We had to let off some steam though.
Yes.
But one time in Houston, and they go, all right, give it up for Torey Lanez. And Torey Lanez came out in the middle of the club and goes, where's all the ladies? What'd he say? Well, I want to make sure I get it right. With the, it's something like fresh pussies.
Come on.
It was, where's the lady with
Gary, you're better than this.
stanky pussy or fresh
no.
pussy? It was one or the other. It was,
I can't.
oh, I know what it was. Where's all the ladies with the clean pussies at? I was like, and I went, oh my God. And I literally went like this. I go, how about hello, Houston?
Right.
How about
Let's try it that
Houston,
way.
what up? Give it up for Torey Lanez. Where the ladies with the clean pussies at? I was like, oh. So literally 6 months later, I'm in Vegas.
Okay.
I don't know Torey Lanez is at this club. We walk in, and I wasn't even trying to go. It's like we kind of just walked in because it was in the casino we was in, right?
Okay.
Torey Lanez is there. Again, Torey's gonna do a couple songs. Gets on stage. As they announce his name, the 3 people I'm with, I go, let me tell you this time in Houston. He said, where the ladies with the clean pussies that were out the bat? And everybody's laughing. The motherfucker got up and went, where's the ladies with the clean pussies at? And I went, oh my God, he did it again.
That's his thing. That's
And I
his
went,
thing.
he must have had the stankiest pussy of stank pussies to
Right.
say that every time he gets on stage.
Yeah,
that's a
true.
scar.
Yes. It
He's
probably
letting people
is.
know, I need girls with clean pussies.
Yeah, I think
That's probably why I went after Megan Stallion, because I'm thinking she must have the cleanest
Gary, when
box on the planet for him to like go after her like that, because he's clearly been scarred by stank cooch. So Megan Thee Stallion must have strawberries.
next question.
I'm just saying.
We don't know. I don't know.
I don't know, and I'll probably never know.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming for him to get angry like that, and he's looking for clean pussies. Megan's
I'm done. I'm
scope of pussies.
done.
Like Listerine of pussies.
I'm done.
Yada.
I'm so freaking done.
Mm-hmm.
So, back to Salt and Peppa.
That's like Megan Thee Stallion coming out. Where's the man with the circumcised dicks in this motherfucker? Ooh, Megan must have had a uncircumcised.
I hate you, Gary,
Let's
so
get back
much.
to Salt and Pepper. I'm sorry.
Right.
You brought up Torey Lanez and Drake.
Well, because I was in Canada shooting it there. I didn't have any time to really go out. Like literally, like we would go dance rehearsal, studio.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about dance rehearsal and stuff.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah. It was real. It was real. Like we did a lot of dancing. We had full on backup dancers. Like it was like the opportunity when you're young and you're like, I want to sing, I want to rap, I want to dance. And you get to do that. Like
Every day for lifetime.
don't come for Lifetime.
I
got my goddamn eye on you for Lifetime.
That was a little jab.
Yes.
Because the way you said it was hip hop dreams. I'm living it out. Money, hoes, drugs.
Yes.
It was all there on Lifetime television. Hold on. In the middle
Yes.
of an Ajax commercial.
I can't stand you. Yes. I mean,
Sunny D.
listen.
For Lifetime television.
Listen. But people have to like give it up. It wasn't whack because people kept saying like, oh, it's gonna be so whack.
It
It's gonna be
wasn't.
so-
I watched 2 hours and 7 minutes straight and was not bored at any point. And it took me through a timeline of my childhood.
Yep.
Like that was my like high school, military days. I remember them coming, Salt and Pepper coming to, and this sounds hokey, but it's not. The Del Mar Fair, which is like probably the biggest fair in California. They
Where's
bring
that?
in huge acts in San Diego.
Oh, okay.
They bring in huge acts, and like always the like Saturday night is the big concert,
Okay.
big outdoor venue, thousands, 10,000.
Is it like a Coachella?
Not like Coachella.
Okay.
I mean, it's a fair, but the people pay money to see them concerts,
Okay.
man. And the one year it was Salt and Pepper, and I just remember the San Diego Union Tribune. They were on the front page, and I'll never forget it. They were dressed in these black outfits, and they got them in the middle of the concert, and they was describing the concert. And it's so funny seeing a white, I'm assuming the guy or girl editor was white that was describing the Salt and Pepper concert.
Right.
And they were like, they're a voice of independent women. They're doing what the men are doing. They're
Yeah.
flipping it and
Yeah.
everything else. And they're
Yeah.
not afraid of their sexuality and shit like that. I don't know. It just brought me back to that for whatever reason.
And I think it's important to say that because it gives leeway to songs like WAP.
WAP.
Yeah.
I think that song was written after my mom.
You sure?
My mom was wildin'. She had a nice little rotation.
Okay.
You don't have that many men. You ain't got that WAP.
What kind of men?
We're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, there's a lot of Harleys, and nobody's buying a new car,
Okay.
right?
Thank you. Shout out.
Think Oldsmobile.
Okay. Pickup truck. Okay.
Dude, if you got a pickup, you're
Oh,
balling.
that you're
Whoa,
balling with the pickup.
wow.
Okay. Whew. So, Salt and Pepper was definitely an opportunity for us to do things that, like, when you start off your career, you talk about the things you want to do, and that's like something I can check off. Like, I can also check off the fact that I had a whole billboard on Sunset.
Did you take a picture in front of it?
Of course.
As you should.
On my Instagram.
As you should.
And it's on Wilshire. It was
Yeah.
both places. So like that's like when as an actor, that's a huge deal to get that. And I'm so thankful, and I'm really like excited for what's next, because people love to ask you what's next, and you be like, I don't know, I'm a like go to lunch and then
I hate that when I do interviews, and I'll never ask that of my guest. Never have. It's the worst question in the business. Here's the thing. We just do an interview, me and you. We just talked about the movie we just worked on that came out a year ago.
right.
You just had a movie come out last month.
Yes.
I guess that's not enough. You have a TV series. Wow, you have a purse that rings.
Oh my God.
Talk about unprofessional.
Gary, I saw your phone go off over there.
Who is that? Who's calling? That might be your next gig.
It's not.
Who is it?
It's my friend.
Tretch?
No, it is not Tretch.
No.
You're funny, Gary. No.
But I hate that, like, if that isn't enough, in the series that you won't talk about that was on Showtime After Dark.
Anyway.
Amazing series.
Yeah.
As if that stuff isn't enough, now I got to be like, so what's next, Laila?
I know.
It's the worst question. I hate it when I do radio interviews and they ask me that. I'm like this.
But do you sometimes know what's next? I feel like I'm still very like young and new in my career to not be able to be like, oh, this is, and then. I don't know.
Well, here's what I learned with the first move I ever did was Held Up with Jamie Foxx. I'm calling home. I got this movie with fucking Jamie. And now if you look at that cast got multiple Oscar winners in it.
Really?
You know, Sarah Paulson's in it. Rosalind Sanchez, who just took off with Rush Hour 2 after we filmed it.
Right.
That cast, nobody, all they knew was Jamie and Nia, really.
Right.
And everybody just kind of, in their own lane, did their own thing. But I'm so excited. I go, do I with Jamie Foxx? And it's before cell phones. You couldn't take shots on set. I'm like, God damn it. I'm going to fucking Ritz camera at the mall to develop shit to prove. And, dude, the movie didn't come out for 2 years.
Are you serious?
Because Jamie got Any Given Sunday right after it, and they wanted to hold it to jump on Any Given Sunday. They thought he did. He blew up to be some huge megastar.
Yeah.
But he's like, let's hold it till this comes out. And I was like, damn it, can we just let it come out? So I'd be going home to my hometown, it's a small town. Man, that movie, you were lying. No, I wasn't. I was with him. I was at his house. No, fuck you, Gabe. You weren't at Jamie Foxx's house.
Right.
You know, so I learned off that one until I got a release date or I know something.
Yeah, you don't talk about it.
I talk about this more than anything. What do you got coming up? I got my podcast every week.
Right. But this is the thing. I like that. It's a hard question.
So what you got coming up?
Yeah. Lunch. Then I got.
I'm buying.
You know.
Get on the podcast.
Boom. I don't know. I hit a little patch in my career where I wasn't working like how I wanted to, and I was really focusing on like just creating content. And I wrote this really funny series. So I'm working on that right now.
Mm-hmm. So I ask this to all my guests, not
Yes.
to grade or just blow that comment over. I'm sure it's going to be an amazing series.
Wonderful.
But I do ask this to all my guests. If a studio comes to you, like, Laila Odom, this is your movie, who you want to be your co-star? You can pick anybody you want
But what's
that you haven't worked with.
Okay, what's the genre?
Whatever you want. It's your movie. They're giving you an open...
Wow.
I say that because what I want is people to start coming back on, motherfucker, I worked with them.
I work with that person. For me, it's like I don't have someone specific of like, I gotta work with that person. I don't think I have that anymore. I want to be able to do an action film.
So who would be in the movie
I don't
with
care. Like, just let me like run and have a gun and like hang off of stuff and like let me be like the black Angelina Jolie from
you?
years
Right.
ago.
Laura Croft.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
you know,
Lana Johnson. The
Tamika
black
Coleman.
Laura Croft.
Tamika Coleman.
Lana Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, hello. That's really where my head is. Like, I want to work with incredible directors and writers. It's not really like who. I could be like, I want to work with Will Ferrell. Okay.
There we go. Will Ferrell.
Okay.
That came out of your mouth. I didn't say it.
Mahershala Ali, I see you.
Yeah.
Ew.
He's dope.
He's dope. It's so many people that are dope to me that like I would love to work with. But it's the director and it's the writer that like is really important because there's nothing worse. Like I'm auditioning a lot right now, and like some of the words I'll be like the little, like I am not illiterate, but why do I feel illiterate when I'm
like,
reading
there's some sentences you get stuck on. You're like, what is going on here?
seriously, and you'll be like because that's not it.
Yeah.
All right, well I'm not gonna do that. So
What's your process with auditioning? Are you like the night before just because when I lived here and I was young and you're going out a lot, right? Mm-hmm. It always amazed me when I'd see somebody out at 1 a.m, but yeah, I got an audition tomorrow. I'd be like, why are you out? I'm like locked away, like not trying to fuck shit up.
right, no,
I was always amazed at people like that.
I feel that I was just having this conversation with someone. It's like some people can like hit the club and go in and do their thing. It depends. For me, I don't learn lines until I'm right in the space. I don't know them. Like when I'm like in makeup and I'm like looking at them, like I don't know what I'm about to say until I get in and then we block it and then I figure it out.
Yeah.
for auditions, like I keep reading it. I do have a habit of sometimes I will twist words and change it, which is not good for like TV. That doesn't work. In film, it's perfectly fine. But in TV, people are like, I said the little dog.
So maybe like when you was doing Salt and Pepper, did you be like, T-Boz? I didn't say that. Wrong group. Shit. I just fucked up. I'm sorry. I did the other female group.
You see how you want to play, Gary? No. I was like,
Left Eye. That's not this movie.
No, you know who we have to like do a rest in peace for? Is Prince Marky D.
You know what? I forgot because he was in the movie.
Yeah.
You guys did a Prince Marky So I didn't know Pep and him was talking.
Yeah.
At one point.
They definitely were talking, and
God, what a good dude. Fuck, that fucked me up a little bit.
did it?
Because you know what the thing about him? Again, met him on the Tom Joyner cruise.
Oh shit. Okay.
Because, you know, the good thing about the Tom Joyner cruise, you got to meet, because you're just there with everybody. Right. So you actually got to meet people and hang out with them.
Because you're on a ship. Where y'all gonna go?
Yeah, and they, you know, and a lot of the quote-unquote celebs, we had our own dining area.
Gosh.
So that's where you get to talk to people, and they come to your fan. Prince was just so cool and so personable, and then I'd be at random spots in Miami.
Yes.
And he'd just be like, yo, big shouts out to Gary Owen. I go, I'm at Dave & Buster's. Who the fuck? And he's up there DJ. He'd be at those random spots DJing. I'm going to be at Top Golf. like this. Dude, you DJ 24 hours a day. He was everywhere in Miami.
Yes, I remember I went to like V Live or something.
He went strip club.
Yeah.
I was trying to do PG shit. See, you be telling on yourself, but you don't want to tell your Showtime story.
Anyway.
Or what series.
Anyway. So
no, I was at a strip club, okay?
I was there, and I remember like he was mad cool, whatever. And after the movie dropped, he sent me a message in my DMs, and he was like, yo, you really played that, da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, thank you so much. Mm-hmm. So today I posted that scene when I'm sick and I first meet him. Mm-hmm. So I posted that, like, just for, like, I don't know if that's giving someone their flowers, but it's like, let me show my respect.
Yeah, that's what it is.
To a legend.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he just sent me the message maybe like January, I don't know, 25th.
Yeah. So
it kind of like it happened so quick, and I think that we always have to like really, really celebrate our people, mm-hmm. you know, like celebrate people. Don't wait until they're gone. Like give them their flowers now. And I posted that. I never met him, but I thought that he was a super personable, down
he was awesome.
Cool. You know what I'm saying? And
cool
everybody said that.
Yeah.
So, rest in peace, Marky.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot that scene.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they talked.
You said that you watched the movie though, right?
I did. You want to try to hit me with some shit?
I'm just saying how you don't remember that.
I forgot that scene was in there until you said it, but you didn't even tell me it was in there. I told you it was in there.
No lies. So in that scene, what was I going through in that scene? When we met at the Crush Groove party.
Did you just find out you was pregnant?
No.
Because you told him I'm pregnant.
No.
I'm gonna have your baby.
No.
I was like this. I was like, oh wow, people die sometimes, and if that was New Jack City, Pep would have been dead.
No, listen.
The way you're on the roof. Hold on.
Listen.
The dude, we don't really know what he does.
Right.
I'm like this. I'm thinking there's no W-2 involved.
Listen.
And then she goes, well, I'm going to have your baby. I was like, am I my brother's keeper?
Yes. It's so funny you say that because
what was you going through? Hold on.
Damn, I'm going to have to circle back. I was full on sick in that scene.
Sick of what?
My voice is gone. Method. Everybody was like, are you really sick? I'm like, yes.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, get into it. So I was sick. I had to do a lot of ADR after. So that's the thing.
Hold on. The guy's taking stills the minute you talking?
Right. I had to, so I was really, really sick. I lost my voice, and that was because I was in Toronto, and it was fucking cold as shit up there, and I wasn't like ready for it.
Didn't know that.
I wasn't ready.
We was talking about I was talking about New Jack
So
City.
New Jack City.
Peppa
Okay.
died.
So Mario, who?
Fan people who was in New Jack City.
No, he directed it. He was
Yeah.
in it, but he directed it.
Right. I knew that.
I remember. No, you didn't.
I did.
So when we did that scene, he says to the actor who played Tata, he was like, you know, like in your heart, you don't know what you're going to do. You might want to throw her over.
Maybe I should be a director. Wow.
You were right on.
Shouts out to Mario.
Shout out to
We're
Mario.
supposed to work together someday, I guess.
Well, it's coming soon.
I just always want to tell him that in person.
You should tell
Because you know
him.
when people have the impact they have on you, I go, when that dude said I bought film, I was like, I'm gonna make my own shit. Most people say movies. I was thinking, even back then, I was thinking, I'm gonna make my own stand-up shit.
Yeah, I
That's
think.
before YouTube and phones and shit. That's
Yeah.
when you had to have really hire camera people and shit.
And good ones.
Facts.
So.
Facts.
I'm just
All right, Leia, anything you would like to pump at all? Salt and Pepa is Lifetime on demand now. Is that where it's at?
I think so. I think you can catch it there.
Undercover Brother 2 is on Netflix. You got to type it in. It's not going to pop up
You
on
gotta
anything trending.
You gotta type it all the
Undercover.
way in.
You get the under. You got to go to the sea.
You gotta feel
Under
brother,
sea.
and you have to press 2. Once you press 2, then this shit will
Yeah.
pop up. But like, I'm so happy to be here.
Good. I'm glad you came on.
Me too. Thank
All
you
right.
so
Well, we're going to
much.
go get lunch.
You know, because I'm hungry.
There we go.
Can I get some lobster?
Well,
Scallop?
that would be the Showtime series. No, I'm not gonna. No, we'll get crab cakes. All right, Leia, thanks for coming on.
Thank you, everybody.